And welcome back, and big shout out to my control room crew. They're holding it down up there. It's like the Wizard of Oz up there. Buttons all over the place, and they got it going on. All right, our next guest is a financial advisor who's here to share some tips on how to beat inflation while creating sustainable and generational wealth. And that's always so very much important. So please welcome to the show, Ruth Aguilar. Ruth, welcome.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Ruth, you're always welcome to the show. But Ruth, tell us, what is these inflation?
Okay, let's just first be calm because it is something that a lot, the buzzword right now is inflation. Inflation, what is it? How
Yeah,
does it affect me? What can I do? So besides passing the stage of like panicking, we need to make sure to look at it. What is actually inflation, and what inflation truly like, and just in the most simplistic way is like um, the rising cost of things that we need, either with food or services or anything, is just going up. And it seems like everything else is going up except the salaries, right? So that's what it is, like the
right.
rising cost of goods and services and not having enough to pay for that, right? So that's pretty much like the basic definition.
Yeah. Well, how do we head that off, though?
Right. So we need to look at it straight ahead and like it's like, okay, what is it? What can I do? And how can I prepare myself so I can um, first of all, no panic and plan and have control of my money, of my finances, and then look ahead to the future. So I always tell my clients like, first of all, don't panic. We're gonna get over this. This is a history has been a great teacher in telling us like this it's happened before. It's not the first time.
Yeah.
Before, like many years ago, the gallon of milk cost like a dollar. Now it's like five, and we're still paying five, and we're doing good. We're gonna get over this. So how to prepare? Look at your budget. Look at where your
Yeah.
finances are right now. Where are you actually spending your money? Is it actually spending in things that you need to cover every month, or is just going on things that you think you need, and it's just like you're wasting your money? So
Yeah.
that's the first thing that you should look at.
Ruth, I'm amazed at how you are coming out of the mix of being a healthcare person into financial literacy, and helping people to deal with their finances. How did you make that move?
For me, it was a personal transition. It was something that it touched my heart. For personal experience, like I said, I'm a PA. In doing that, I realized that it does not only how much money you earn, and how much are you actually you're saving, and what are you doing. I didn't have that perspective, and I was like, oh my God, this is not going well. It doesn't matter how much money I was making, and my father was diagnosed with cancer, and
Okay.
he passed away within the matter of 6 months. And at the same time, I became a mom, and doing that and doing like the beginning of life and the end of life, put things in perspective. Those are things that either change your life for the better or just you're just gonna ignore it, right?
Yeah.
Signs are everywhere. So for me, it was the healthcare. Like my dad was dying, and he needed some
Yeah.
education that he didn't have. Hard worker, like every other immigrant that comes to this country, had the had the hours to work, had the motivation to work, but didn't have somebody to help them. And when I had my daughter, I was like, I can't let that happen again. Like it doesn't matter if I had a degree already, that's not going to change. That's not going to make the difference. And that started personally. I wanted to learn for myself. I wanted to make sure that I learned it, that I'm not going to follow that path. And after that, I took the opportunity not only to learn it for myself, but to teach it, especially our community. I am Ecuadorian, and I know, and like it's not just for Ecuadorians, all the Latinos, we
Yeah.
are way behind in what's financial literacy. So that took me to the next level of like
Yep.
becoming an entrepreneur.
So, but how did you find that financial gap in our community?
It is it's a huge gap. It's not just like a little gap. We as a community we are like generations behind on where we should be, even though we have like the young people are starting to look at their finances
Hmm.
different, but still like my grandparents, my parents didn't have that. So when I sit with my clients and we talk about it, they're like, oh, but I didn't know that we can do this. This is not the way I was taught, and it's all these limiting beliefs that we have for money, that we put money under the bank in the bank only, that we put money under the we call it colchon bank, like the mattress.
Yeah.
People still put their money there, and I'm like, we're 2022, and you're still doing that. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So. the gap is huge. So it's not just a little gap, it's like it's gigantic.
I know, and you know, sometimes it's cultural too because my mother used to say, but you talk about putting your money under the mattress and all that stuff. My mother used to save her money, and I remember we went to buy a house, and I was participating in that transaction, and the guy said, "Okay, all right, now for the cash," you know, after we finished all the paperwork. So I took the duffel bag and I said, "Okay," and I dumped it on. He said, "Oh, I can't take that," because we were buying a house with cash, well, the down payment at least. But he got frightened and we had to do something else with that. But you know, some people want to save their money that way. What are some of the questions that you get? I know you get a lot of them pertaining to financial literacy and how to conduct themselves financially.
The questions are like multiple questions. Like, and I get questions every day. I'm like, what do I do? First of all, when you hear those buzzwords in the news, you start to get worried. I'm like, what am I going and what am I doing? And they give me a call. I'm like, okay, let's review. You're okay. Let's do this. The main thing is like to be aware and where you're going, having a plan in place. And they're like, okay, what should I do now? Should I just invest or just remove my money from the market? I'm like, let's just make when you do decisions like that, very emotional and not even thinking it through, you are going to regret those decisions and those actions that sometimes like they're not even like come in place and they don't make sense at this right time. So I always say, let's look at where you are, let's review what you have, and if you do have extra, let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
Because we can only just save. A lot of people want to travel, a lot of people want to buy another investment property. So I said, let's just not panic and let's see where you are and let's see where you want to go. Where
Yeah.
you have is still aligned with what you need, and then we continue from there.
And then, you know, there are a lot of people just starting out, you know, and just starting to realize, hey, you know, I need to do something about saving some money. Maybe they're coming out of school, out of college, and they say, you know, I'm going to get an apartment or I'm going to try to get a condo or a house. And they're just starting out. And they want to know how to do this. What would you advise?
What I would advise is like start like from like looking at we do what's called a financial needs analysis, and what really that really does is like see where your situation, where your see where your cash flow is at, see where if you have debt, and do a complete analysis. And we put everything on the paper, and we aligned that with your goals, and
Yeah.
also tell them like, what do you want to do? Like you say, they want to buy a condo, they want to go whatever, and then we say we match what you have and see what we can do with what you have right now to continue. We might not get it like in like a year or two. It's going to be like short-term goals, mid-term goals, and long-term goals, right? So we align these analysis and with your goals, and we custom-made a plan. We don't have what I see with my clients. I see with young people that they're looking forward to buy the condos, right? And I see it with people that are like near retirement, and they're like, what do I do? Like, I'm not going to have enough. So I said, okay, let's see where we are right now, and then we can take it from the next step.
Where do we go from here? Do you have a website where we can go to find out more information before we invite you
Right.
back?
Oh, thank you so much. It's a really pleasure to be here and be able to communicate this to our community. Everybody needs financial education.
Yeah.
Now, the realization might not come like after this interview or like whatever, but we need it, and we need to make that. My organization is the World Changers, and we believe truly that we can commit to do this. Like, we can educate ourselves, our families, our communities, and then we can reach everybody. You know, the potential is it's there, so we just have to do it, and that's how me and my team does it, because we believe in this.
And what's your website?
My website is under right now we had a little kink, so I don't have my website right now, but I can give you my my information, my social
Sure.
information, and then we can do that. I'll send you my email, my website when it's already up functioning 100% again. So you can find me on LinkedIn, which is Ruth Aguilar. And Facebook, I'm also under Ruth Aguilar, and Instagram is Miss Ruth Aguilar. And you can always send me questions or DMs, whatever. My phone number is 347-217-5680. I am very one-on-one with my clients. I like to be in touch with them, especially now because the times are uncertain, right? So we want to be there available for them.
Yeah.
So don't feel free to call me, and if I don't pick up, just leave a message, and I will get back to you.
Well, listen, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing that great information. You know, Ruth Aguilar, financial advisor, we appreciate you, we love you, and thank you again.
Thank you, bless you. Thank you so much for having me again. I really appreciate it.
You got it. All right, Bobby C., he's up next. He has the latest in the world of sports. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it.